Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back, and I am finally on my vacation. Though I will still do these walk vlogs, but I might not do them every single day. So today is actually going to be a little bit different because I'm going to be reacting to some comments that I found on my YouTube channel. And these comments, I picked out 4 comments that I kind of just wanted to give my reaction to. And these comments are gonna range. So, I'd say, if anything, let's just get started on them. So, first up, from my Captain America Brave New World reaction, we have
Name redacted because I didn't ask permission.
who says, "You look like you would enjoy this movie." And basically, he just goes into the fact that this movie had some kind of diversity treatment on it that Hollywood thinks makes diversity by putting the real world into movies. Now, I might be misconstruing that, sir, but do you think that political dramas are terrible movies? That is essentially what I get from your reaction to my thoughts. I'm not saying that this is one of my favorite movies. I'm just saying I enjoyed that there was a bit of a change in what I don't want to say status quo, but what the movie was doing compared to the other Marvel movies. I felt like a nice little change of pace to me. But, I mean, if you didn't like the movie, that's fine. That's your own opinion. So, next up from my Huntic review, there was a comment from
Name redacted because I didn't ask permission.
who basically just commented that they liked the first season of Huntic a lot more than the second season. I can't say I disagree. That was one of my primary points on that video. The first season, as even this commenter says, was more unique and had darker and more adult themes than the second season. And he basically just goes into more on why they think that. And I completely agree. I think that the second season of Huntic is a little bit less than the first season, but I still somewhat enjoyed it. I enjoyed like some of the new themes that went on in the second season, and while I can't say that they were good themes, they were different from the first season. Like the introduction of power bonding. I thought that was an interesting idea, and it gave for some different designs on the Titans. However, it didn't even make any sense because we only find out about this in season 2, so it makes sense that Locke power bonds with certain Titans at that point, but Dante? He's like in his 30s or something, and he hadn't power bonded to any Titan in his past? It just never made sense. But yeah, and they even went into the fact that the goals were a lot of the reason why they didn't like the second season. The professor's goals were very unique and they were a little standard, but they had a logical reasoning behind it. He wants to take over the world, but he wants to get all this power so that he can reverse a curse that was placed upon him. And with the blood spirals, it's just destroy the world, and there's nothing unique about it, which I 100% understand and completely agree with what you're saying. So, next up we have one of my favorite comments coming from when I did my review of the Taco Bell barbecue crispy chicken burrito, and it comes from someone named
Name redacted because I didn't ask permission.
And he simply says, "Get a real job." Well, thank you, sir. I am very appreciative that you said that because I never would have guessed that I needed to get a real job. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I actually have a previous walk vlog video where I went into that I do have a job. I work at a liquor store, and it's a full-time job. I'm only on YouTube part-time, despite what I may put up every week or two. But YouTube is my part-time job. I have a full-time job outside of it. And yeah, YouTube may be my part-time job, but I really like it. And that's why I keep making videos. And finally, we have a comment from one of my fellow Power Ranger lovers.
Name redacted because I didn't ask permission.
And this being a comment from my post on my post on my channel, trying to ask you guys what other Power Ranger fan-themed seasons you wanted me to do like a speed paint story kind of thing for. And also to promote my Power Rangers Biker Force video. And he says, definitely make a fan series on a Ninja Power Rangers team, like the MMPR or Ninja Storm Rangers. Now here's the thing, I actually do have a couple ideas on what to do on that. And one of them actually was a very fun idea that I have already had written out, well, at least the general story, on what it would be like. And should you guys want to hear a brief, and I do mean brief because it would be on one of these walk vlogs, a brief description on what that season would be, I'd say let me know in the comments. And also leave a comment as well, just randomly. Ask me any question you have about my work here on YouTube, or just about how my day is kind of thing, and I'd be glad to answer any and all of your questions, as long as they're not spoiler questions. And yeah, give this video a like if you want me to continue as well, and I will be continuing this at least once every year, especially on my birthday as well, which is actually coming up very soon, so gotta get to that. I may not do this as much as I did last year, where I did one every single day that I was on vacation, but this will actually be something that I will do just to connect with you guys a bit, kind of like a live Q&A, so to speak. So take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you next time.